see the document? Okay.
Yes, I can see it.
So this is a cutover document we start preparing, and what we have done, we cover up these aspects. Then we cover up the what is the cutover plan means, what are the cutover activities. We cover up the FICO, we cover up the CO, we cover production planning, we warehouse management cover up. Okay, that's it. And today we will focus on the sales and distribution.
Okay.
Sales and distribution. Sales and basically sales and distribution play a very vital role because it is one of the biggest module in SAP after the MM, and most of our revenue activities are associated with the sales.
Okay.
Okay. So we have a sales and distribution module, and it is also one of the complex module in terms of configuration wise. If you see, it's a very complex module because it's associated with the one side, it's related or integrated with the FI, and it also integrated with the MM. Okay.
Okay.
So okay, I just need to this thing. So cut over activities related to sales and distribution. So I just put at a point wise point. So first, to finalize the date, because we require to have a cutover date. What is the date of our cutover? So it is also very important in the aspects of sales to finalize date that has to be uploaded from the legacy system. So what is the cutover date? Because whenever we upload the master data or a transaction data, we need to upload in respect of a particular date. Okay, that is the date of my cutover, and from that date, system will calculate whether open items are dues and vendor payments are dues, or calculation of the interest are all are based on the finalized that is the date of the legacy system from which we are moving the data into the new system.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can say from legacy system to SAP system, from the legacy system to SAP system. Okay, so it is also very important part. Second thing, billing. So what we need to do, billing to be stopped at the every time, because when we are moving from one system to another system, we need to understand at what time we need to stop the billing. Okay, like there is a particular period we called a blackout period. Blackout period means the period between we stop all our business transaction from the legacy system for a period of time, and we load to the new system. So for that period, we normally do some internal adjustments, like I need to move my data from legacy system or old system to new system. So I decided, okay, I will move into that. It will take a 1 week of time. So in that 1 week of time, I will stop all my billing, all my you can say billing or the all my postings from the legacy system and record in a temporary manner, so that it will move to my new system. Okay, because what happened that I am moving from one system to another system. So at the time of movement, I did not want to doing the posting in my old system. Okay, you can understand, like if I decided, okay, from the 31st of January, I will move my data from one system, old system to new system. Okay, so it will take it will take around 10 days to move all the data. So I like from 1st of Feb to 9th of Feb. That is the duration of moving all my configuration, all my master transaction data from old system to new system. So the transaction which will take place between 1st February to 9th February, I will hold those transactions. I will not do any kind of a customer billing, or I did not do any kind of a sales order posting. Okay, because at that time I did not have any kind of a system where I will do it, because I stopped the working. I stopped working on the old system, and my new system is not yet ready, because I am just pouring my data from one to another way. Okay,
Okay.
so we stop all kind of billings at that period of time. So billing to be, and it is a normal practice. It is not that it's very okay if we how we manage if we stop billing. Normally what happen, why I'm saying that stop billing, or why it's not getting impact my business, because if I say, okay, for 1 week I did not do any kind of business transaction recording of business processing, it doesn't mean that we stop working. What happened that when the invoices are raised, or you can understand when the invoices are raised, they are sent the invoice through a PDF form or the paper document. So what happened that we store those billings, and once that blackout period, or you can say a transformation period is over, we post all that due items into the new system. Okay, so we are not stopping our business, we are just stopping the processing
Okay.
for that period of time. Billing to be stopped at an agreed time, because it's related to sales. Then physical inventory to be stored. Physical inventory to be taken or book. Uploaded. So what we are saying that we need to, because we are also need to upload the inventory. So either we take the what are the physical stock I'm having at my go down, or what are the stocks I have in my books of accounts. So I will upload that stock into my new system. Okay, so just put it here. Okay, then uploading my finished goods. Uploading of finished goods stock into SAP. We need to also upload our finished goods stock. Okay, because inventory, physical inventory means the inventory of my raw materials, and uploading finished goods stock means what the ready, or you can say ready to sell stocks available in my go down, that also need to be uploaded into system. Okay, uploading of open contracts, that means a customer contract or sales order. SAP system. So all my open contracts or my sales order need to be loaded into system. Then linking of all customer quotes to the, you can say, new customer quotes, because because in my previous system I'm having a old customer quotes, like I'm using a 3 digits alphanumeric quotes in my old system, but SAP provide the more freedom. Okay, so either I can show what are the new customer codes I'm creating into the new system. I need to link it with my old customer system so that we can do the validation. That means all of my old customers from the legacy systems are linked with the new customers codes created in the SAP system. Okay.
Okay.
What it ensure to ensure that RCI, VA, and receivables also get loaded by finance. What it will ensure that, because finance is loading accounts receivables data, that is the customer data. Okay, so we need to link our old customer code to the new customer code. This will ensure that when the finance load the customer balances, okay, it will load it into the right customer account.
Okay.
And as I told you that everywhere we do any kind of work in the SAP, we have the number range. So there is a 7 point is always related to the number range of billing document. Okay, so it's a SD billing. Yes. Number ranges of billing documents, and I think that. And another thing, that when we do sales and distribution, we are talking about sales distribution, we also added the excise, because we are selling goods which are manufactured, produced by us. So we also attract the excise. We also create the excise number range.
Okay.
For the taxation, for the proper taxation. Excise to be uploaded into SPI system or billing number range of billing document. Okay, so these are the primary activities we need to take care at the time of sales and distribution module, for the sales and distribution module.
Okay.
Okay, and I as I already tell you that for GL is the base, and which is the core base of finance, and all the sales and distribution we talk about, or material management we talk about, are related to my GL, or through link through my GL accounts. In the
Okay.
last class, I think I already show you where we link the GL accounts, so that if I post anything to the, so integration is also one of the important things, that what are the GS are linked with my SD, and what are the GS are linked with my MM. From the integration point of view, must be created or available into new system. Otherwise, data will not flow from one module to another module.
Okay. So that will all be taken care, right? Like I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. You don't require to worry about, but you need to take the update. Okay. Whether integration GLs are already creating the systems available in systems, whether the integrated that the FIN, SD and FIMM or other modules integration has been done, properly tested. Person who is testing that testing document is prepared before the testings. Who is the user is going to do the testing? Okay, these kind of stuff. And will validate the test results. You are also a tester, so you can add the points relating to the testing.
Okay.
Okay, so that is one other thing. And okay, then we talk about the material management. Just give me 1 minute, okay? And just take a water.
Sure.
Okay, so I think we cover up this when we do when we done the VM model, because VM is warehouse management, and that is most of the time related to the master data configuration warehouse management. Okay, we did not cover the MM module. Okay, PP production planning is done, and warehouse management is done. Okay, material master data warehouse. Okay. Okay. Sales and distribution, and now the material management. So after when we talk about the material management, as I told you that the SD is one of the biggest module in the SAP environment, and after the SAP is material management. Though the FI is a center part, but but in terms of configuration side, these are the two biggest modules available and the complex one in the SAP environment. So so we need to be very careful when doing or planning cutover activities for these modules. So there is a few activities, major activities done for the material management side is activities related to MM and modules are. So first activity is check the organization structure. Organization, check the organization structure, plant to storage, plant to storage, location, setup. That means the basic, because MMA also having the organization structure like creation of the plant, creation of the plant location. So all these organization structure has been set up. already into the new system. So first we need to check is that organization structure plant to storage location has been set up. That is a plant setup, plant storage location has been set up. So these plant to storage location means there is a sequence of configuration, that is a plant. I will show you the configuration. What means plant to storage location setup? Okay, because there are the 4 or 5 activities or the configuration take place between plant to storage location setup. I will show you after this completing this material management headings. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I will show you the system. Okay, so first point is to check the organization structure and plant to storage location configuration setup. Then we need to check number ranges for purchasing. IM documents, intermediate documents. Number range is always an important thing that we need to check, because every modules have their own number ranges. So all the number ranges must be available in the system or must be created in the system. Then maintain material requisition planning, MRP profile.
I have kids running around, Ashish. I'll be on mute, okay? I'm listening to you, but I'll be on mute.
Update.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be on mute.
Yeah, not a problem. Update in MMD1 as 00 there is a 0001. There is a MRP profiles which MM consultants create. They need to be updated in MMD1 as there is a 0001 or 0002. They are the configurations or the profile created in the MM side. So once we write down these points, we will go and check these things. Okay. So material maintain MRP profiles and update in the MM. Okay. Then the fourth point is we need to maintain the output condition type. Maintain. Okay. Maintain the output condition for print out email and EDI, electronic data interchange. And fifth point is check and add classification METERIAL material. Check and add classifications for materials and batch and release strategy. Basically, these are the hardcore MM configuration. These need to be, you can say, done by the SAP consultants, and you just need to ask them whether these are things already done or configured into the new system or not. Then we have there's a lot of steps we need to do for the MM side. Maintain the partners profile. Maintain the partner profiles for UPS. Is for EITSD freight agent, because we send the goods to the, if we are sending the goods to the UPS, that is a post courier services, so we need to maintain the partner profile as a freight agent, because we need to maintain the freight agent for FORG and foreign vendors. For foreign vendors. So after that we need to do six. Sorry, it's become a 7 point. Okay, and the 7 point is to electronic data interchange, EDI, 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 partner file setup. That means because we are doing all the billings and all the stuffs are done through the electronic data interchange, so we need to also set up a EDI partner profile. The EDI stands for electronic data interchange partner profile for WE20 for our UPS services, and outlet vendors who are selling our goods in terms of a EDI team. It is done basically. It is done by the EDI team. That means when I'm saying EDI team, done by the EDI team, electronic data interchange team. Okay, then there is a setup and developer for the APIs and outer vendors. EDI team is to perform this activity. After that, we need to identify the subcontracts and subcontracts. Identify the TRATS contracts. Identify subcontracts vendor word in SAP. Like what are the vendors through which we do the subcontracting? Go identify those in subcontract SAP and give it to the SD team. Or SD team to maintain. A customer, because through them we are doing a subcontracting.
Okay.
And I think my last word is like SD team, because when we talk about the MM, I also tell you that the MM SD is all linked with each other, because SD
Yes.
is the selling part and the MM is the material or the finished goods.
Yes.
So SD team, sorry, I also have the SD team to maintain customer master for subcontract subcontracts vendor intercompany vendors means with two companies within the organizations or within the group doing the uh, uh, business transactions. This contract considered as a subcontractor. And just a minute, I need to write down one more point. And team in the intercompany. Okay. Okay. And there is a 10th, and the last point is to. Okay, so I think we cover up with all the points. I just check whether it's all done because I need to first we check the organization structure and see that whether the plant to storage location, that is a set of configuration, has been set up. That's fine. Then we need to purchase order and the intermediate documents, or you can say if, documents need to be created. Number range is done. Then we create profiles like material execution planning profiles need to be updated. It is done in the MMD1. MMD1 we do it. Then we classify, maintain output. That is done. Classification of material, batch and release strategy. What are the materials material need to be classified, whether it's a finished or semi-finished or the raw material. What are the batches and the releases of strategy need to be done. Then we create the output condition for printouts and EDI printouts, because we need to print the invoices and send the EDI electron data entry, send them to the electron data interchange or the email formats through the email. Okay, maintain the partner profile. We have done toward UPS because we are selling them. Then we maintain the partner profile good supplier for vendors on multiple locations. Okay, because okay, I think one point we also need to add that. We need to maintain profile for good suppliers. Who are our suppliers?
Mm-hmm.
Suppliers for vendors with MU with multiple 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 locations, or we can say are different different or different their vendor address, like different vendor address, or what I say different vendor double S. So what happened? We need to maintain the partner profile for the good supplier for vendors. Uh, uh, we have the vendors. Different vendors are supplying goods to us. So who are the you can say our partners? We need to create a you can say a partner profile in the SD system. We need to create for the good supplier for our vendors which are having a different locations, or because sometimes what happens that one vendor is operating in or into the multiple cities. So that means that contain a different you can say a different address. So we need to consider that part, that what are the vendors having the different locations or the different address then or as compared to the centralized address we maintain into our system.
Okay.
Okay. And that's it. I think because I also know some you can say uh, then if I because there are some points which are hardcore into the configuration. So let's see, because I as I told you that we need to check the organization structure, organization structure, how the structure and what is the plant to storage location setup. So let's go into the system and see SAP.
Okay.
SCP log on. I'm just logging into the SCP system. I will share it once. Let me log into the system. Okay. So let me share my system with you. Share the screen. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just logging into my SAP system. 805 is my client, and she is pregnant. Right. So SPRO IMG. So as I told you that all the configurations are done from the backend side. So I hope you can see that I am in the display IMG screen.
Okay.
Okay. So here.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Okay. So we need to go to the MM material management. There is logistic journals, real estates. So we need to material management here at the bottom. If you click it, it's open up. So this is the MM general settings for the material management. Setup, you can say request prioritization enhancement. So you can set up material block for the goods movement, set up material block for the activate consignments, consumption risk planning, purchasing, excise duty, logistics. So these are the different, you can say, define organization properties, define plant storage location. You can see that as I tell plant to storage. So this is
Yes.
the define organization priorities, define plant and storage location, assign define and assign. So these are the these configuration need to be done.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And this is all
And
done by basis people?
no, this is done by the guys, consultant. Like
Okay.
sales and distribution, if you click on the sales and distribution, you will see that the basic functions, you can say, so pricing, all these stuff need to be done by the SD guys, SD consultant. Okay.
Okay.
Master data, you have define business partners. You can see that business partner, we are talking about the business partner. So we have the business partner as a customer. So if you go into this, you will find the uh, different business partner hierarchy, define hierarchy types, set up a partner determination for the hierarchy, assign account group, assign sales area. So there's a different business partner shippings. So they need to define the delivery priorities, goods receivables hours, billing document configuration. So this, as I told you, the SD is a very detailed configuration part. So you just need to ask them what are the configurations as per the cutoff activities, what are the configurations are required, what are the transaction master data they are created, who will create it, who is going to test that master data, how they are moving the transaction data. Like we have discussed, the what are the points you need to ask them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the way we cover up the material MRP profile. So let's check the MRP profile. So if I, what is it? It's number is MMD1. So if I click on MMD1, so you can see my screen now.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, you can see you can see my screen. Okay, so when I enter the
Yes.
MMD1, it is a T code. Create MRP profile. Okay,
Mm.
so they need to create a MRP profile for either 0001 or a 0002. So if we open it, MRP profile as a template, so they can because it's a practice server. So let's see the template profile. Okay, so we have the template profiles here like HANA profile, MRP profile, automotive, semi-finished product, and manufacturing. Let's see. So there is a different MRP profile provided. So you can create your own MRP profile. Okay, through MMD1. Okay, so MRP profile setup, EDI partners need to be set up. So all these activity need to be done by the consultants. Okay, so we cover up the and we cover up the SD. Okay, billing type to be billing stops and all the stuff. So the last, you can say the few modules are left from our side is the HR.
Okay.
So basically we cover up the all the major modules like sales and distribution, material management, FICO, finance and controlling, VM, warehouse management, PP, production planning. So till now we cover up 6 module.
Yep.
So yeah, so if you see there are the 6 module we cover up. We cover the FICO, finance, we cover the controlling, and then the production planning, third, and warehouse management, fourth, and then sales and distribution, fifth, and the material management, sixth. So so the next module is HR. Okay. So once the HR module is finished up, we will do a demo. I will show you how we load master data, because there are the 2 types of data we are loading. So how we load the master data and how we load the transaction data.
Okay.
Okay. Because I will show you from the finance side, giving like how we load in the master data of any finance master data, and how we load any transaction data into the system.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it. And I also check what are the different types of you can say a cutover plan. So I will check because I also have some more cutover plans with me. So I will cutover plan that to the Excel I shared with you. I hope you go through that Excel, and I will check because the other cutover plans I am having, and I will share with you.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, so that's it for today. We cover up the 2 modules, and I think we are slowly going to finish up the things as a cutover manager you require to know. The most important thing is when you go and join the organization, uh, the communication between you and your team who are doing this activity in the actual basis, because your work is mainly related to the monitoring.
Yes.
So you need to sit with them and ask them, okay, what's the activity you are going to perform as the SDMM sites, and you have the list of these activities. So you can ask them, okay, I have prepared this list of activities. So just confirm me how many activities are you are doing it, and what are the activities are required, or what are the activities not required, and what are the addition. Okay. So once they give you the list, you can add these into your cutover plan. Okay. So that's the way your cutover plan will you can make your cutover plan or customize the cutover plan, which I forwarded to you as per your organization. Okay. And I think that I did not require to send any mail for the recording because it's already recording into on the cloud. What I do, I just update this document again in the system, because we edited it into and add the two modules. So I will upload this document. Okay. And okay, I will inform you about the next class, because tomorrow I'm not available.
Okay. So what is the plan like? It's a long weekend for us. So Monday is holiday, so I'll be working from home, so I can take any day, anytime. So if you're available, we can do Monday anytime.
No,
it doesn't have to be like 5:30 EST.
Okay, not a problem.
Yeah.
Let me see if I am available tomorrow. Because I need to go. I am outside. So I'm traveling. So if I come early, I will drop you a mail with you can say before 1.5 hours before the class time.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
We can have a class tomorrow, and and I will let you know about the Monday.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So good night.
Yeah. Thanks.
Have a nice week.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
You too. Bye bye.